Welcome everyone to my new tutorial video presentation on MEXC exchange for futures trading on leverage. This is exactly where the leverage trading appears to be on the futures market with derivatives. Today, for those of you that do not have an account, there is a bonus up to $1,000, so make sure to sign up from the link in the description area or in the comments area. You can have access from there. At the same time, I'd like to share with you in a step-by-step form, but tell you a little disclaimer that futures trading on leverage is risky. You can get your money liquidated, which means that everything can disappear. So it means that you need to have the proper knowledge, the proper skills before you touch this futures market. This is something that I'm bringing together as being a trader since 2014, having a one-on-one coaching. I do have students that have been liquidated in the past from leverage trading. So I'm just raising the alarm. I'm not telling this is how it has to be, but I'm trying to put together useful information in my tutorial videos. So once you have your account ready to go, you need to have your wallet with resources in the futures balance. This is the first thing you need to do in order to trade with leverage, which means that right here on the top right corner, you have the futures. You want to click on futures. And you will have the ability from the top right corner to transfer your resources from spot, where you already need to have them deposited, into the futures as you see them right here. You want to select the crypto. I have 53 bucks sitting right there for tutorial videos, explanations, and I'm going to transfer this. The resources will appear very soon right here. This is never ever costing any money to transfer from a balance to the other. You can move basically from futures back into the spot without any cost, right? So resources will appear right here very soon. As soon as the platform is gonna load up. We're not gonna wait for that. The idea is to, on the top left corner, you have the futures, and then where are you supposed to trade? Well, we search for perpetual futures, USDT-M perpetual futures contracts, right? This is what we're always trading. What does it mean, perpetual futures? It means that the futures you're trading do not expire, which is why they're called perpetuals. It do not bother us. It's the same cryptocurrency price. It works basically the same way like the cryptos are sitting, like the spot. It's just named differently. So let's get into. That's how you open basically the leverage trading dashboard. That's where you trade. Before we get into the step-by-step explanation, I just wanted to make sure I tell you that there is a one-on-one coaching with me for those of you that are looking to be educated and be traders. I'm going to talk about this one at the end of the video. It's a live coaching with me where I'll take you by hand and teach you how to become a trader from A to Z. So getting back basically to our leverage trading dashboard on the futures market, I'm going to do a step-by-step explanation for you guys. And I'd like to make sure you know all the functionalities and the way the dashboard is before we proceed trading. So on the top left corner, you have the BTC USDT. That's the symbol and the asset we're looking at right now, which is also the place from where you can select from that little arrow a different asset that you want to trade. Then you see the price right there next to it, the change in the past 24 hours, the index price, the fair price. Fair price is a little bit delayed, like a few milliseconds, and it's usually used for safety against liquidations or stop losses that might get triggered by using index price. In order to avoid, a liquidation or a stop loss triggered by a scam move, which is a flash crash or something that pumps and comes back quickly, is basically the fair price being utilized for those, right? Then the funding rate and the countdown for the funding rate. The funding rate, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it stands basically for your fees that you're paying to the exchange for the leverage you are receiving. This is not coming for free, and you need to accept that there is some fees that you'll have to pay every 8 hours, which are explained right there. Based on your leverage that you're taking. At the time we do the leverage, I'm going to explain you with the fees. 24 hours high price, 24 hours low price, 24 hours BTC volume, and then the turnover in USDT. You have the time frames right there for the charts. You have the charts right there, and then you have the pricing basically with the order book on the right side. People willing to sell, people willing to buy. You have the percentages on how many people in terms of volume, how much there is around the buying, how much there is around the selling side as well. How does the buying and selling goes? You have the market trades live right there. And then on the right side of the page, basically you have the trading dashboard where things are executed. We're going to walk you through that. Open long, open short, and your wallet. With the wallet balance, which I just moved $53.09, right? So we're going to much better explain things exactly as they are by proceeding and doing the trade. But first of all, from the top left side, you just want to click on that little arrow for you to be able to see the other possibilities that you can trade. Search basically if there is a pair that you're looking for. But one thing you need to be very careful. They always care about trading USDT perpetual. When you search things, you might see other results as well. For example, Ethereum, just write in Ethereum, you might get Ethereum with USD perpetual, or Ethereum repped with USDT perpetual, or the Ethereum USDT perpetual. Every time when we trade on the futures market with leverage, we care about trading against USDT, not against USD. And we care about being on the perpetual page, because sometimes you're going to see some pairs that are not with a perpetual name and you don't want to trade those. Beautiful. Those are different products. We don't care about them. And then the platform also shows you the ones that are pretty much hot and having more trading going on. We want to make sure we're on USDTM, but at the same time, we can put the ones that we would like into the favorite section by clicking on this little star that it's next to their name. And they're gonna, they're supposed to, but this is a little bit slow with the network delay. You can see it's blue right now. And if I click on, I have them at the top here. If I'm, going to grab basically the next one as well. Let me just share with you, for example, the Ethereum. I'm going to grab that one too. And it's supposed to appear basically at the top right here next to the BTC USDT. That's where things usually appear when they are sort of away under the favorites. Beautiful. Now, the next thing that we must do is, there you go, Ethereum appeared as well at the top. It's a little bit delayed on the network side. And what we can do when we have this little issue with the MEXC exchange is from the bottom left corner, you have the network unstable message, and you can exchange basically between the, it's no longer allowing me because it's recovering right now, but you can switch between the connections right there. However, that used to appear every once in a while, like once in a month or so for a few minutes till they solve it. No issues and no worries about it. Now, on the right side, we can open and close a trade from the top right corner. You will be able to proceed from there very, very nicely. And then the next thing is you need to make sure to select the proper leverage, the margin mode, whether we discuss the cross or isolated. So this is the margin mode, which will then allow you to go with the proper leverage. Therefore, I'm always suggesting you, if you don't know how this cross leverage works, I have a video about it. Make sure to check out that tutorial. You want to go with the isolated leverage. Click on the isolated, and then right next to it, you have the ability to select basically the leverage you would like for your position. There is a maximum size as well for each of the leverage that you're actually going with, and this is represented in quantity of BTC. But if you don't want it in BTC, it's simple. Right here under the available balance, you have the quantity BTC. Just go into the USDT. Just go into the USDT. It's much better. And then when you click on the leverage size, you will see the US dollar type of form. As well, when you open up your trade, you will talk about the US dollar, not the quantity of Bitcoins. Because that way you have to always calculate how much is it and work like that, which is a little more complicated. We can work directly with the USDT as a quantity. Beautiful. So with our 10x leverage, the next thing is the limit order or market order, depends what we would like to execute. Again, if you want to find out more and learn about these things in details, we have a complete tutorial. We have videos as well in details about limit order, market order, and how to work around those, including about margin mode, cross, isolated. I'm explaining in very details, right? So quantity, let's say that we are trading on 10x. Please keep in mind that. And the number we put in as quantity will be the final size, which is already multiplied with our 10x. Let's say that I want to trade $100. In order to trade $100 on a 10x position, I need 10 times less margin. So I only need $10 margin, which is represented right here under the long open long button, you have the margin $10, which is then multiplied with a leverage, and that makes the total quantity of $100, right? So it's not any other way, guys. It's not vice versa, that the quantity will then multiplied with the leverage and that will be your final size. No, the quantity you are putting right there, it's already multiplied with the leverage. So basically, you are having a $10 from the $53 available balance isolated in the trade, and the other $43 will remain active for you to open other trades. Now, $100 right there. I can work with long take profits, stop loss setups, but I'm going to do a simple trade here, open long. And then I'm confirming it, right? Plus, if you wait a little bit for 1 or 2 seconds, the platform will show you the estimated liquidation price, which means that if the price action is touching that price and you don't exit before, the market will liquidate your entire position of $10 that you have dedicated as margin. So everything that is margin used will get liquidated totally when the estimated liquidation price is touched. You can always exit before the liquidation. There's no point of being liquidated. It's never a good idea, and it's not making sense to do that, right? So let me just basically share with you what's happening once we have opened our position. It will all become active under the open positions. We see the detail of the trading pair. We see the position total value. We see the average entry, the liquidation price, the margin from our account. We just put into 4% basically margin of the account. So this is what it's being used at the moment. We can click on this little pen and increase our margin. Why is it important to increase our margin? Well, if the market is going to your liquidation price and you don't want to sell, you would like to sort of have more room, more space for your position because you believe the market is going to come back and increase and go above the level you purchase. Then you increase the margin you dedicate to this trade, and then the liquidation price will decrease. For example, I'm adding more margin. You can add or reduce, but I'm adding another $25 more margin. This means the forced liquidation price after 24,158 is going to be the adjustment, right? So if I add this $25 to the trade and confirm it, I'm gonna have $35 in my margin. You will see that very soon. Let me confirm this once again. It is a little bit slow and delayed right now. It's already $35 right there. So my margin is $35 and the liquidation price decreased to 24,158. Why is this thing? Okay, beautiful. So just like I've told you, just like you can see, we already made 1.7 unrealized profit, percentage profit on this, like 16.70 cents, because we bought it a little cheaper than the current price and the market is right now increasing quite nicely. The idea is we have a $35 margin and an estimated liquidation price at 24. We can reduce the margin, but never more than the initial margin when we opened the trade, which was $10. For example, right now we have $35. We cannot reduce it with $30 because that would be under what we have started our trade with, and that's not allowed. So if I say 35, if I write 35 from my keyboard, it's not even writing it. It directly writes the maximum available value to reduce, which is 25, because this is what I added recently. Now, you need to understand that you can always only reduce what you have added extra after opening your trade. You cannot reduce from the initial one. I'm gonna, not reduce anything right now, but I like to continue. So you can auto increase your margin if you prefer doing that automatically, which is something I'm not suggesting you. You can add take profit and stop losses. I have a video about that one as well. You can check that out on my channel. Simply take profit, stop loss settings. You add it, you confirm, you just add the prices over there. Let's say I want to, take profit on 50 grand. I'm going to make $35. That's a 352% P&L on my margin. And a stop loss, let's say I want to sell at $28,000. I don't want to be liquidated. I don't want to lose my entire position. I want to sell at $28,000, which means I will lose $24, right? And that's a 242% on the margin. And then just confirm, and my take profit and stop loss will be set there. Another thing that I can do, What if I want to close a trade right now, completely? I hit to close, flash close, just hit that little button right there, and the trade is going to be closed automatically. Boom. 100%. So there's no limit order, there is no risk of not being closed. This is a market order triggered with a flash close, and you close it. But what about the ability for me to close it at a specific price? Then I have to decide on the price. For example, I can say 37, just write the number there, 37,250. And then click on the quantity right there, empty spot, and just go by 100%. And then I say close long. So now a limit order will be opened at 37,250, which means that once the market is touching that price and my volume of a couple of dollars that I have right there is going to be filled up, I'm going to get my order closed, which is nice. Even though if I'm sleeping or I'm in a holiday or I do other things, I have businesses running, I can close my trades without being here or without setting that kind of a take profit option, because that runs on a market order. When I speak about basically a manual adjustment, this is running on a limit order, and I confirm this and it's going to be automatically sold at the time it's touching that price on that specific quantity, which is something that I can work at different quantities as well. For example, I can set 25% here, then I do 25% at a higher price, 25% at a higher price, and so on basically. Another thing that I can do is basically delete the price, leave that blank, make sure go on the quantity, I can say 100%, and then click on reverse, which means that my trade direction will reverse from a long trade that I have right now. It will reverse with the same position and margin towards shorting. So I'm actually reversing the direction. If there is, let's say, a situation where I believe the markets from here, from this very point, 37,000, will reverse and they will go down, then I'm hitting this reverse button and is basically going to reverse my trade into the opposite direction with the set of away my margin and my complete total size that I have dedicated along the way with the leverage that I selected. So the conditions will keep the same. Now, this is pretty much all on how to do leverage trading. Like I said, I have complex tutorials about every single little thing of this platform on my YouTube channel, many other things as well. Derivatives, futures trading, complete explanation, stop losses, how to adjust the limit order, market order, how to work with the all sorts of tabs. When you close down, like I said, you have many options by closing it from here, or you can open up a trade of a close from there, and then you basically need to select the trigger. It's a little more complicated by doing it from there. You don't want to do it on the market order, you do it on limit order, you select the price, and you click on close long basically, right? So that's the way it works. You just, select the price, you do it at 38,500, and then make sure you take this to the right basically, because you go with a max closable quantity 100%, you close long. Once the price will touch 38,500, your trade is going to be closed. What am I going to do right now? I'm going to hit the flash close. And I'm going to make those little cents out here profit. And the trade is going to be closed. Yeah, within the next seconds, of course, as how the platform is reacting and behaving. Beautiful. Now, if I go to my, order history, you will be able to see my trades basically that I have completed, filled history, limit orders, and so on. Just it has to load up. It kind of tells me that, closed long, PNL, 0.15 cents. There you go. That's basically the way it is. And this is how it works. I paid a little, almost 2 cents in fees because I used market order. Please keep in mind, if you use a limit order, you don't pay fees. If you use a market order, you pay fees on the futures market. And the fees are always considered to your total size, not to your initial margin. If the margin is $10 and you work with a 10x leverage, you have a position of a total size of $100. The fees will be calculated towards the $100 mark. Beautiful, folks. So once again, if you have questions, let me know in the comments area. If you enjoyed this one, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other tutorials we have. There is a playlist about MEXC exchange. You can, search this through my name and so on around my channel. As well, for those of you that value education and believe it's important to get the proper skills before you touch this business, without being liquidating or losing big time, big money before you actually think about the learning process must happen, then feel free to check out the one-on-one coaching program I have between 4 to 6 weeks, where I'm working live with you, starting from the mindset mentality towards the technical analysis, charts, strategies, indicators, everything that is meaningful. I'm sharing my screen, taking you by hand, and teach you basically the whole process. Been trading since 2014, but then the third stage of the coaching is about the live trading process. There's homework in the meantime, and there's stuff to work on. Make sure to register now. Jump on a free quick conversation with me of 15 minutes when I can explain you more. All the links can be found in the description area and comments area about everything, guys. Have a good time, like the video, subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.